Okay, talking to Miss Fogarty about her mini lesson. So, you wanted me to focus on the length of your mini lesson and making sure you are asking questions that have to do with it. So, how do you think it went?
Well, I really tried to keep my time short, and originally I was gonna reread one of the books, but those are kind of long books. So I just kind of counted on them being able to remember, and I thought they did a pretty good job remembering. And I know we didn't follow the whole chart, but I think they got the idea down, so I just moved on. And I did try and ask questions about characters and other books when possible.
I think you got it down to 8 minutes, which was...
How long are they supposed to be, the mini lesson?
The mini lesson is however long it needs to be.
Yeah.
But last time it was 15 to 20
okay.
minutes. So I think that was better. Do you think that you conveyed what you needed to?
I think so. That was the second day we had done that we did it. We had compared another book. So that was the second day. So I really feel like we were able to convey that. I think they're getting it. And they actually made that connection. I read that book Friday morning as like an IRA, and then they started making connections to Iggy Peck, which we read like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So it lended itself well. So I think my book choice worked well, whereas if it had been other books that they didn't know so well, then I would have had to spend more time reviewing the story, and that might have added more time to the mini lesson.
Okay. How many more mini lessons do you think you're going to do with your objective was to compare two characters and their adventures?
I think we're done. We're going to move on.
Okay.
We've done 4 mini lessons probably on that. I think I did like an introduction day to like adventures and what are adventures, and then each of those 3 I spent a day on each of those. So I guess 5. Today was the 5th day.
Okay.
So then we'll move on to something new tomorrow.
What do you think you're going to move on to?
Well, we're going to start doing some reader theaters, and like one of the things we talked about is like changing your voice to sound like a character, and so talking about how to do a reader's theater and make us sound like a character.
Okay. So still on the character thing.
Yeah, it's still on the character thing, but more so like maybe even taking the perspective of the character a little bit. It's not necessary. I guess that's not really a first grade standard, but I want to do some read aloud or readers theaters. This is kind of the end of the year. The 5th graders came down and did a readers theater, and it kind of, I don't know, kind of works out well.
Okay. With Andreas and his level of book, we talked a little bit just in passing of how it seemed to be hard because there weren't any characters really.
Yeah.
Do you think there's another way to make a connection with the book he was reading?
I mean, I don't know. I kind of thought about, have we read another book where someone's swinging, or another book where someone's going to a park? I thought about that. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to think of characters, and there wasn't really a strong character in that book because of the level. So that's why I had him get out the cat and dog book so we could talk about the characters.
And he seemed a little confused by that.
Well, I think he did a good job with the cat and dog and knowing that there were other books about cat and dog.
Okay.
But thinking about a story that had the same adventure, not the same character. You know, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like making a connection to the adventure. It's not really an adventure, but you know what I mean?
Right.
What the characters were doing to another book. He just kept wanting to talk about cat and dog and other books. And we have a lot of cat and dog books.
Do they keep book logs?
No.
Not yet.
No, I haven't figured out how to manage that yet.
Okay. All right. I was just thinking, I need to check with your 2nd grade compadres to see if they're. I know they do a class.
Yeah, I've seen Sarah's
book
class
list,
book log.
but I haven't seen.
I wonder if we started one last year. I know it's something I should be doing. I just haven't figured out how to manage it yet.
Yeah. It's a little different in 1st grade, so that might be a jumping off point.
Yeah.
But, I do think your mini lesson went well, better than last time, and it was apparent that you were asking questions about the topic, but also pulling in their goals and what they did last time.
Yeah.
So that was really good that you followed through with those as well. So if you're going to do readers theater and those type of things, would you do like you did with Brayden? And how the exclamation points and how that kind of brought out the voice of the character?
Yeah. Like attending to punctuation, thinking about how the character's feeling, and changing your voice to that feeling, even if there's not necessary, and even using facial expression. Like last week, before we did characters' adventures, we talked about like ways to learn about a character, and one of the ways we talked about learning about a character is looking at their face, and so our facial expression matching what we're saying.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's maybe more of like a fluency thing, because Brayden kind of changed his voice for a little bit, but like party, that page, it wasn't.
It was really quick.
It was really quick and not
thinking
about it.
So you're going to start maybe with faces?
I'm trying to think of what else. There's faces, I saw an anchor chart that I was kind of going to
model.
Model and go after, or whatever. And one of them was, where's the anchor chart? Had sounding like the characters, watching for punctuation, and using our face and body to become the character. So those were the three things.
So which one do you think you'll start with? Or are you going to try to...
I don't know. The anchor chart says to sound like real characters when we practice.
Okay. Do you have a book in mind? Or a reader's theater?
Yeah, I was going to do like kind of folk tales. So I found, and they're kind of leveled, so we're not all going to do the same one. I've started assigning parts. Like it was like a D book, so the Three Little Pigs. And then I found Little Red Hen online, and then I found The Enormous Turnip.
Okay.
And they're leveled. Some of them, like the narrator, is a little bit higher level than some like the pigs that just say no, which will be Alberto Andres.
Right.
My Three Little Pigs. So I'm kind of gonna level it that way, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna manage practice time for theirs. I think now that we're winding down reading groups, I might use that as part of their practice time.
Yeah, that was my next question. How does it fit into Myrrh? So what I'm seeing is your anchor chart first. And then for Myrrh...
And so I guess what I would think is, while I'm listening to you reading, I want to hear you changing your voice to sound like the character, thinking about punctuation, carrying it over to when they're reading aloud to me. Okay.
So you're kind of doing small group readers theater and then bringing in that throughout Myrrh.
Yeah.
Not trying to do readers theater during
Myrrh.
Okay.
That is not the plan.
Okay, all right.
No.
I got it. I pictured now. Okay.
And now that we have we don't have library time, we don't have library anymore, so that could be like a practice time for us. And I really don't know how many practices they're going to get. We're just going to try it. I've done kind of readers theaters in reading group as instead of doing a book, we do a readers theater. I've never done it as a whole class.
Yeah. I don't know that you can do that in your class, given the different aspects. So you could have 3 or 4 like you were talking about. So. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.